Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
C.J. Wilson's the big lefty in the Angels rotation now, but not too long ago, it was Joe Saunders who filled that role. Tonight, the two lefties take the mound at the Big A in Game 3 of this four-game set against the Mariners. Very tough loss for the Halos last night and tonight. They look to bounce back. This is still a four-game series tonight. Game number 3 here at the beautiful Big A. It's a gorgeous night for baseball without question. Inside the Big A, alongside my partner Mark Gubas, I'm Victor Rojas. So glad you could join us once again for Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. And last night, of course, the offense just could not figure things out against Jeremy Bonderman. The Angels had plenty of base runners throughout the ballgame. Heck, they even had an opportunity in the 9th inning. But one guy continues to stand out in this month of June, and that is Howie Kendrick. He is flat out raking.
Quiet confidence, Victor, at the plate. Not a lot of wasted motion for him. He's seeing the baseball both inside and outside and hitting the ball wherever it's pitched. And when he's on one of these rolls, he's almost impossible to get out. Even with fastballs in, fastballs down the way, slow breaking balls, he has that ability to go inside out. And as a pitcher, when you go against a guy like this, it makes it even more difficult because you think, okay, maybe I'll pitch him away. Then he hits the ball to the right. I'm going to go fastball in. He has that ability to turn on the pitch in the inside part of the plate. And then up the middle approach is so effective for Howie. All that confidence, that smile, that approach, outstanding for him. And we look at our Coors Light cold, hard fact about Howie Kendrick. 402 batting average since May 14th. He's been that good, that consistent at the plate. Look for him to do so against his former teammate, Joe Saunders, because he's going to go sinker away, changeup away. That plays right into Howie's hand as far as hitting the ball the other way.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Angels do offensively if they continue to struggle against left-handed pitching, although of late they've been a little bit better with their approach. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. We're bringing the lineups to the first pitch when we return. Angels Welcome you back out here to the Big A. Beautiful night for baseball indeed. The Angels trying to bounce back after a tough loss yesterday. Another one-run defeat. It is the 26th one-run game that the Angels have played this year. The Halos are 10-16 in those one-run games. This is game 3 of a 4-game series against the visiting Seattle Mariners. We'll conclude the series tomorrow. And then the Pittsburgh Pirates roll into town. This is a 10-game homestand. The Angels right now 3-2.
It is unusual when you think about all those one-run losses for the Angels, especially with the lineup they have, that they would lose those games like that. But the reality is the lineup is starting to get more consistent. We've been talking about it over the last 5-6 games. The depth in the lineup and the consistency 1 through 9 as far as scoring runs, that'll start changing around as far as those one-run losses, I think.
Well, the Mariners come into this one in 3rd place in the American League West, 10.5 games back with a 32-40 record. And this is the lineup that Eric Wedge will run out there tonight, very similar to what we've seen in the first 2 games of this series. Andy Chavez will lead things off. He will play right field. It's Nick Franklin, the switch hitter, at second base. Kyle Seager at third. Kendrys Morales will serve as DH. Michael Morris had a day off yesterday. With the left-hander on the mound, gets his start tonight at first base. Bro Labanez in left. Mike Zunino's doing the catching. Michael Saunders in center. And it's Brendan Ryan batting ninth and playing shortstop. Taking on C.J. Wilson, who comes into this one with a 5-5 mark and a 3.90 earned run average.
Coming off a very solid game, his last game out for C.J. Always the consistency with his fastball, trying to keep it down, work quickly, good tempo. He's had a lot of success in his career versus Seattle. 13-5 mark with an ERA 3.75, so he's been very successful against Seattle, especially of late in his last 5 starts, 4-0.
Defensively for the Angels, behind C.J. Wilson tonight, you've got Mike Trout at left field, Peter Borges in center, Josh Hamilton in right. The infield consists of Alberto Callasco, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Mark Trumbo around from third to first, and Chris Iannetta is back behind the plate.
And Chris Iannetta catching C.J. again last time out. Did a very good job when the two worked together against the New York Yankees, in which C.J. went 7 solid innings. 23 walks, 4 strikeouts. So that rapport they maintained that last game allows Mike Scioscia to put Iannetta back in there instead of the normal combination of Hank Conger and C.J. Wilson.
Now, the one thing that we did not talk about at the Open was Mike Scioscia making the change in the lineup today. And we will obviously run through that lineup a little bit later on for the Angels. But Josh Hamilton, the big story after last night's 0 for 5, 3 double play balls, 2 punch outs, a lot of base runners left on, dropped to the 7th spot in the order.
Yeah, and he's a .333 career hitter, believe it or not, in that 7th spot. And also has hit well against Joe Saunders. Even though Joe Saunders has been very effective against lefties, he's got a .400 career batting average against Saunders.
22 games in that 7th spot in the order, and that's where Hamilton will reside, at least for tonight. Andy Chavez ready to lay things off for Seattle. They picked up their 14th win out of the road to win last night in extra innings. 14-23 now in the division. The Mariners 17-20. The Angels with the loss are now 10-20 against the West. CJ's first one tonight is a fastball up and in, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Chavez extended his hitting streak last night to 8 games. Ended up going 1 for 5. He's back in right field once again. .296 batting average, a couple of home runs, 10 runs batted in. Takes a big rip at that high fastball, needed to count up at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good velocity early on here for C.J. 91, and that one at 90. The trust of his fastball and command of his fastball, the important part for C.J. Wilson.
Callasco in on the grass at third, and the ball finds him right there on the grass. 1 out. Not an easy play either. Inside out approach, a skimmer that stays close to the ground.
Exactly. You're used to as a third baseman or any infielder, is when it hits the dirt, it's going to have a bounce, but that stayed right on the grass, hugged that grass all the way to the glove.
1 out, nobody on for Nick Franklin, second baseman. Mariners think highly enough of this young man to have Dustin Ackley working in left field down at AAA as that pitch is down low. Franklin had a 1 for 4 game last night. There's Eric Wedge, skipper of the Mariners. Franklin extending his hitting streak to 7 games last night with his hit. Also picked up a stolen base. That man hitting .296 here in the early going. 3 home runs, 6 runs batted in. Picked up his 3rd home run 2 nights ago here.
Yeah, he's showing a pretty quick bat. Very good glove at second.
Looks like he went around the breaking ball. He asked for help, but Bob Davidson rings it up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball. It's missed down and away.
When that didn't miss by a lot. 79 mile an hour curveball from CJ.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Off speed.
Changeup.
Yeah.
Good to see CJ using that changeup early in the game. He's got a good one. Remember a couple spring trainings ago, he threw that a lot. The changeup is designed to get outs with that pitch. Hard sliders, curveballs, or swing and miss pitches. Changeups are quick out pitches for him.
Full count with Kyle Seager on deck. 1 out, just underway. Frankfurt late on the fastball, fouls it off to the right.
There's the type of swings you get after a changeup the pitch before. Way late on that 93 mile an hour fastball. If everything's hard, it allows the hitter to time the pitches. But a changeup throws off that timing.
Franklin grounds one to the right side. Howie Kendrick is there. 2 outs. Before Kyle Seager steps to the plate, we will check out the men in black tonight. Kerwin Danley is calling the balls and strikes. Bach and Bob Davidson over at first base. Jim Reynolds is at second base, and John Hirschbeck, as the plate umpire last night, is over at third tonight. Two quick outs for C.J. Wilson. Kyle Seager steps in. Seager did the same thing last night in the 10th inning against Garrett Richards after Garrett retired the first 2 batters on groundouts. He was ahead of Seager. A little bit of a hanging breaking ball that Seager pulled down the right field line for a double, and then eventually scored the game-winning run on the Kendrys Morales base hit that Eric Ibar just could not corral that liner. Fouled on. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's the one thing that really has hampered this pitching staff throughout the entire season is the amount of 2-out hits, 2-out base runners, and 2-out runs that the staff has allowed.
That generally comes down to focus. You have to think in terms of you're not through the inning at that point. Even though there's kind of a letdown every once in a while on the mound when you get 2 outs, that 3rd out is elusive at time when you lose focus.
Took something off there. Seager just got a piece of it. It's a ball and 2 strikes. CJ at times can be very deliberate on the mound, but tempo seems to be pretty good right now. Nobody on base for him. Joe Blanton last night was a contrast of what we've seen earlier this year. This one sharply hit on the ground to Mark Trumbo. Waves off Wilson. CJ picks up a 1-2-3 first on 3 ground ball outs. It'll be Borges, Stroud, and Pujols when we return with no score. quickly take a look at Mike Scioscia's starting nine for the Angels tonight. At 31-40, 11 games back and in fourth place in the American League West. Peter Bourjos back in that leadoff spot. He's in center field. Mike Trout is in left. Albert Pujols serves at the DH. Mark Trumbo, the cleanup hitter at first base. Howie Kendrick with a season-high 7-game hitting streak is at second. Alberto Callaspo getting the start at third. Josh Hamilton getting his start for the first time this year in the 7th spot in the order. And in right field, it's Eric Ibar playing shortstop, and Chris Iannetta doing the catching as they take on the 32-year-old left-hander, now veteran and former Angel himself, Joe Saunders.
Joe Saunders fastball, 87 to 93 range, slider, curveball, changeup. Very good two-seam fastball away against righties. Likes to back it up with his changeup. 1-4 on the road this year with an ERA over 7.5. Has pitched very well as a member of the Angels here at the Big A. 25-19 in his career here at the Big A as a starter for the Angels.
Former first-round pick of the Halos back in 2002, 12th overall out of Virginia Tech. He delivers strike one on Peter Bourjos. Peter went 0 for 3 last night, was hit by a pitch in 324, a couple of home runs and 9 runs batted in. Count even up at 1 ball, 1 strike.
And both pitchers, if they're on their game tonight, you're going to see a lot of ground ball outs.
Breaking ball. It's 2 balls and 1 strike now. It took a while for Joe to sign in the offseason before Seattle finally picked him up. Bouncer up the third base line. If it's fair, it's going to be trouble. Zunino grabs it in foul territory. Peter will head back to home plate with a 2 ball, 2 strike count.
That's one thing you always have to remember as a visiting player in this ballpark. If it's by that line, foul line, both third base and first base line, it's going to roll fair, back into fair territory down the lines. So you have to feel that one foul quickly, especially with Bourjos running down the line.
Lineup being shifted around with Hamilton dropping down to the 7th spot in the order. The Angels 4th in the American League in team batting average of 266. Chopper to the left side toward the hole. And Ryan, even if he has that clean transfer, it might make for an interesting play at first base, but I think Bourjos legs it out for an infield base hit.
He has an extremely strong throwing arm, but once he had to elevate in the air to be able to try to backhand and make that throw, I think Bourjos beats that out anyhow. Chance to be able to make that play in the end, but we've seen Ryan make some outstanding plays at shortstop, but unable to make that one.
Now the Halos last night opened up the bottom of the first inning with a base hit. That was Mike Trout before Hamilton rolled into a double play. Angels stranding 9 base runners overall in the game. Going 0 for 9 with men in scoring position. Trout lifting to the right. Andy Chavez moving back on it. Bourjos looks like he wants to tag from first. Chavez has a good arm. He stops, stays at first, so 1 out.
That's a wise decision, especially with Pujols coming up next. They want to be on base for Pujols to be able to continue to swing the bat well.
Albert coming up now with 1 out, 1 on. We'll take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
And speaking of Pujols, song by Bruno Mars, Treasure. He's found that swing once again in the month of June for Pujols. Last 15 games, 344 batting average with 13 RBI. A 329 career hitter in the month of June. He's got that swing back.
Homered late in the game yesterday to tie things up. Only hit of the game, going 1 for 4. First one's ripped foul. And an 0-1 count.
I just feel this is a good matchup for Pujols against Joe Saunders. Down and in with the fastball. He wanted to sink that fastball away, but it turned his wrist and had cut action. Pujols so quick on that side of the plate right now. Drives that one just foul.
Very few guys in this Angels lineup with extensive experience against Joe Saunders. He's down low. Josh Hamilton's one guy. Alberto Callaspo with 9 at-bats.
You know, over the years we had some great conversations with Joe Saunders, but very effective as a member of the Angels. But that's the thing he likes to do most often. Two-seam fastball away, back it up with a changeup.
Been pretty good over his last 4 starts. A 2-1 record, a 2.03 ERA. This one's in the air down the right field line. Long run for Chavez. This one's headed toward the seats. 1-2.
He's covering both sides of the field. One down the left field line, one down the right field line. It doesn't necessarily make you feel good when you're on the mound when the guy's hitting the ball hard both sides of the field against you.
Split the difference and throw it right down the middle, just in case.
I'll tell you, that was our scouting report against Rod Carew. Throw it right down the middle, hit a line drive at somebody.
This one's popped up, shallow right field, long run for Franklin going out. Andy Chavez is there though. 2 outs. And Albert had chased that off-speed pitch. Albert remains hitless in his career, 0-6 now against Joe Saunders. Here comes Mark Trumbo. Trumbo 1 for 3, but his one was a home run. 2-run shot. Mark homered yesterday, going 1 for 5. He was his 16th of the year, has 47 runs batted in. 264 batting average. But still filing in here at the big A. Borges with the infield base hit, still standing at first base. The ball is strikes. Joe Saunders last year splitting time between Arizona, Diamondbacks, before getting traded to Baltimore. 21 starts with the Diamondbacks, went 6-10 with a 4.22 ERA. They made 7 starts for the Orioles and was very good for Baltimore. 3-3 with a 3.63, pardon me. And threw the ball well in the postseason.
Oh, he did through a real good game in the postseason.
Sharply hit the second. Nick Franklin's got it. The inning comes to an end. So the Angels get their leadoff man on and strand him at first base. 1 complete here at the big game. We are scoreless. In a row, so 1 complete, no score as we start the second. T.J. Wilson had 3 ground ball outs in the first. He'll face Kendrys Morales, Michael Morse, and Raul Ibanez here in the second for Seattle. Seattle 15th in the American League with a team batting average of .236, 7th in home runs, 14th in runs scored. Halos have played well against the Mariners here. 2-game series a couple of weeks ago. Kendricks takes the breaking ball for a strike.
One thing we've noticed already that CJ has established his slider, curveball, and changeup early in the game. Very important. That way the fastball later on, when you need that little extra giddy up, it's going to get it by a hitter.
1 ball, 1 strike. Kendricks last night 1 for 5, picked up an RBIs, 37th. 277, 8 home runs, 18 doubles as well. Looks like he went around. Bob Davidson rings it up. Strike calling machine tonight is Bob Davidson.
Yeah, if you're a check swing, don't even worry about looking down. He's going to ring you up here.
Another 1-2. Down and in.
I think our old favorite umpire, Ken Kaiser, a check swing call down at first base. He had some great body language as far as swings or not swings.
Define great.
No wasted energy whatsoever. Just give you that little quick little, yeah. He was a big guy. You didn't want to mess with Ken Kaiser, that's for sure.
Good guy.
Yes. Good guy to be on his good side also. Wise decision to be friendly with him.
Broken bat roller foul. Barrel ends up between third and the pitcher's mound. It's a pretty good definition of sawed off.
Well, CJ can break some bats, especially when there's a cut fastball. Cut fastball right on the handle, shatters the bat. Well, you would think now, after a cut fastball, you can try to either sick a fastball away or back it up with a changeup.
2-2. Got away with a mistake there.
Not necessarily want to come back in with a fastball because he's geared up, because as a hitter, you don't like when somebody runs that cut fastball in and shatters your bat like that. So you're geared up for something inside. If you make that mistake in, he's going to have a swing like that at a fastball.
Little bouncer toward third. It's going to be a tough play. CJ cuts it off. Now lets it go. Why would he let it go at that point? If you're underneath it, might as well try to make the play.
And CJ fields his position pretty well, especially he was in position to field that and already have his body turned to throw to first base, because Cayasco can't make that play at that point. He's playing back. Look how far back he's playing. He's coming in as a pitcher. You've committed to making the play. You can't avoid that, especially with Morales running down the line, batting from the right side. You might still have a play at first base if you catch and spin around at the same time.
Here's Michael Morse, the first baseman. Morse had the night off last night. Joe Bland, a righty on the mound, hit 255, 11 home runs, 23 RBIs. Saw him earlier this year playing some of the outfield position, corner outfield position. Back at first base, Justin Smoke on the bench. Count even up at a ball and a strike.
Morse 4 for 8 in his career versus CJ, though. Has hit into 7 double plays. CJ with 3 ground ball outs in the first. Ground ball here to an infielder would result in a double play.
Third time that Wilson has faced the Mariners. Second time here at the Big A. 2 wins so far. Jamblin, this was popped up on the first base side. Trumbo near the railing. And just not have enough room there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He's getting a lot of help down there, too.
Yeah. Especially with the new benches there by the railing.
Yeah. That baseball was right by him, by that bench.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Kendrick's not taking a very big lead over at first base. Does not run a whole lot. Wilson faced Seattle here. That was back on May 22nd. At 10 strikeouts in now with 2 walks.
Morales has had a bad back of late, too. She's not running real well at all.
Mentioned CJ with a quicker tempo in the first inning, but nobody was on base at that time. When someone's on base, it slows things down.
Yeah, when you have Morse at the plate, who's got good power, your concentration has to be on him.
rolled foul into the dugout.
I mean, Kendricks is not going to be running here, so if you can get a ground ball, you're going to get 2 outs at one swing.
Wilson threw 14 pitches in the first. Currently at 13 here in the second. Nice catch by Fan, who brought the glove. Ball got up there in a hurry, too.
There's a lot of foul balls right in those 2 areas. On the other side over here, too. A lot of foul balls, late swings.
Especially if Mike Morse hits it.
Yeah.
It's like Trumbo hitting.
Yeah. More likely, if you don't have a glove, you get out of the way.
Swing and a miss on the off speed. Down goes Morse. There's out number 1.
It's time to take a look at our Coors Light freeze cam. Talked about the 2 lefties going tonight. Joe Saunders and C.J. Wilson. Very similar arm angle they have to be able to deliver the baseball and work downhill. We talked about the fact that both of these guys can get a lot of ground ball outs. Very similar follow through for Wilson and Saunders. Oh, bending that back and making sure they hit that outside part of the plate. Very effective for both of them.
Yeah, but only CJ has the leg kick.
Yes, that's unique for CJ. The freeze cam was brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Very Swan-like.
Yes.
Oh, Labanez looks
That's the bobblehead look.
Yeah. Bobblehead being given away tomorrow night. It'd be cool if CJ went out to the main gates tomorrow, handed out some of those bobbleheads.
That would be a perfect look
right?
for him, yes.
1 ball, 1 strike. Or you could go down to the main gates and kind of just pose as CJ. And that follow through,
yes.
handing out those bobbleheads.
There would be a pretty good chance I would fall over at that point. Nah, but no. I'll let CJ do that.
Your equilibrium is
Yes,
off.
yes.
Now?
Yeah.
1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
As Toby Keith would say, I ain't as good as I once was.
Could you hum a few bars?
No.
Summer concert series kicking off Saturday, man.
Yes, it is. Big and Rich.
Big and Rich in the house. There's the 1-2. Almost got him to chase the breaking ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ibanez had a 1-for-5 game last night. Won his 14th home run.
We showed in that little graphic brought to you by Chevrolet his career numbers at the Big A. Outstanding numbers for Ibanez.
Jumbo playing behind Morales at first base with a left-handed batter up. 2-2. Full count.
You wonder if Eric Wedge will send Morales here. Especially he's going to be able to get a nice walking lead with Trumbo playing behind him.
That's the catcher Mike Zunino on deck. Kendricks does not go into 3-2. It's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts for CJ. Ibanez certainly does not like the call. Hey, the Angels conclude their series against the Seattle Mariners tomorrow at 7:05, right on cue.
Amazing.
Fans in attendance will receive a C.J. Wilson bobblehead courtesy of Chevron Extra Mile while supplies last. To purchase your tickets, just log on at angels.com/promotions. Or you could swing by the Angels.
Is that the bobblehead or is this live?
I can't tell the difference.
No. The follow-through is outstanding.
Live or Memorex? They still make cassette tapes?
Or ceramic for the bobblehead.
You still get that 8-track in your car?
Oh, there's no doubt.
0-1 count on Zunino.
With my Trans Am, why not?
Yeah. T-tops.
Yes.
It's in the dirt, and Morales will advance. Wild pitch.
Sixth wild pitch of the year for CJ. Overthrew that breaking ball. Knight had his body over it, but turned at an angle where the baseball hits off his chest and spins away from him. As a catcher, most times you try to square your shoulders up. That allows you a better opportunity when the baseball hits your chest protector. It can stay in front of you.
Want that chest over the baseball. 1-1 pitch. Zunino swinging a miss. 1-2. Young man from the University of Florida picked up his first big league double last night. One hopper off the fence in right center field. Started all 3 games. As the guy for the Mariners will continue to run out there behind the plate. Same goes for Franklin over at second base. This will be the 25th pitch of the inning. Just missed inside. That's the one issue that CJ has had throughout his career. That, 1 or 2 innings that kind of blow up on him as far as pitch count is concerned. That's why he's unable to go deep in the ball game.
Yeah, so quick the first inning. 3 ground ball outs for CJ. Now some deep counts in this inning.
2-2 pitch. Another full count. And while we saw the changeup in the first inning, it's been one of those pitches that has been effective for him in the past. It doesn't really incorporate it a whole lot. It kind of stays in that same routine as far as fastball, cut fastball, breaking
If I
ball.
ever had a chance to have a long conversation with CJ, that's what I would try to tell him. That changeup, especially with his 2-seam fastball that he can throw on the outside corner, back it up with a changeup. When you do that, you get so many quick outs.
And he walked it. So the rookie catcher draws a 2-out walk, puts 2 men on now for Michael Saunders. 2 strikeout, now followed by a walk. Saunders, the center fielder, up. 1 for 3 last night, hitting .206. Four home runs and 14 runs batted in. Oh, and 1.
Wilson pitching Saunders away, so Mike Trout has to be ready for anything hit his side of the field. And with Morales at second, if it's a base hit, if he can charge the baseball, he would have a good chance to throw him out at home plate.
One ball, 1 strike. CJ picked up a win against the Yankees the last time out. 2 runs, 5 hits, 7 innings of work. 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Saunders late on that one. Ball and 2 strikes. No score. Top of the second. Long top of the second. 30 pitches thrown by CJ. Kendrys Morales standing at second, Mike Zunino at first. Now the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That 93-mile-an-hour fastball just off the plate. It's 3 for 19 against CJ for Saunders. Now you got a chance to throw a breaking ball away.
2-2. This one's looped in the air down the line. Ibar trying to cut across. Mike Trout coming in. Ibar makes the catch at foul territory. The inning comes to an end. The Mariners leave a couple of base runners on board. We head to the bottom of the second with no score here at Angel Stadium. Feeding America, a nationwide network of food banks that helps feed more than 37 million people in America each year through pantries, soup kitchens, and shelters. Visit feedingamerica.org/Fox Sports to learn how you can fight hunger in your community. Together, we're feeding America. Howie Kendrick, Alberto Callaspo, and Josh Hamilton here in the second against Joe Saunders. Gave up an infield base hit to Peter Borges in the first. He retired the next three guys. Howie takes upstairs. 1 ball, no strike. Saunders, by the way, threw 12 pitches in that first inning. Howie had a 1-for-5 game yesterday, extending his hitting streak to 7 games. As he shoots this one into center field. Squared it up too well.
Right to Michael Saunders. Are loud.
1 out.
There's nothing you can do about that as far as a hitter. Your approach has to remain the same. You hit it right on the nose, straight at Saunders in center field. Boy, what a swing he has working right now. And it's been a long time since May 14th. Coming into this game, 402 batting average for Howie Kendrick.
So 1 out, nobody on for Callaspo. Third baseman had a 1-for-4 game yesterday, 250 batting average. 4 home runs and 24 runs batted in.
Well, that's 33 games, 402 batting average for Howie Kendrick.
That will open some eyes as Callaspo pulls one down the left field line that's headed toward the corner for extra bases. Bonders plays for Karen Cleanly, and Alberto's in at second with a 1-out double, his 10th of the year.
Starting to get that swing back, more level with the approach for Callaspo. There's a fastball up, turns on it, got the good part of the bat on it, and drives it down the left field line for a double. There's times when he's not swinging well, he'll pull off that pitch and pop it up.
Hamilton swings and misses on the breaking ball, and it's an 0-1 count. Josh batting in the 7th spot tonight for the first time as an Angel. 213 average, 10 home runs, 24 runs batted in for 5 last night. 22 games in the 7th spot in the order. Check swing bouncer up the line. Zunino picks it up, fires to first, 2 outs. Callaspo advances to third. Nice play by Zunino, bouncing out from behind the plate. That'll bring up Eric Aybar at 2 outs.
He's a pretty good defender, Zunino. Check swing, roller down the third baseline. No play at all for Seager on that, with no chance. Zunino bounces out of his catching position and throws out Hamilton to first. Lefty's only hitting .203 this year against Saunders with 0 home runs. So right-handed batters, .310 with 10 home runs against Joe Saunders.
Aybar had a multi-hit game last night, 2 for 4. His average steadily rising, now at 270. And a man over at third base, Alberto Callaspo. Fastball in the dirt that Aybar just could not hold up on.
A little over aggressive, trying to guess along with Saunders. The shortstop seeing pitches he's thrown throughout his career, you just guess along with him, but you got to make sure you center into an area that you can make good contact and not chase something out of the zone.
We typically don't see that type of swing with fastballs. Now with an off-speed pitch, that would make more sense.
And that's Joe Saunders' bread and butter. 2-seamer down, back it up with a changeup down. As a hitter, you got to try to force pitches up above the knees. Then you can make better contact against them.
0-2 on the way. Out of the dirt. Nice block by Zunino. Mentioned last night the Angels 0 for 9 with men in scoring position. The homestand so far, though, a .298 batting average for the team. They've raised their overall team batting average to .260 with men in scoring position. Jeremy Bonderman did a heck of a job last night for Seattle. He got into some trouble, makes some quality pitches. Ibar waves at the off-speed pitch. The inning comes to an end. The Angels get a man over to third, but can't cash it in. 2 complete here at the Big A, and we're still scoreless.
For Seattle against C.J. Wilson.
Yeah, Mariners setting up 9-1-2 against C.J. A prolonged second inning with only a baseball that was hit on the infield grass by Kendrys Morales for an infield base hit.
Well, the big thing is Brendan Ryan is very aggressive now. If C.J. think fastball or change up down, see if you can get a quick out to be able to think in terms of getting deep in the ball game.
Ryan went 0 for 3 last night, hitting an even 200 on the year. A couple of home runs, 14 runs batted in. CJ gets ahead with a strike.
Ryan 6 for 20 in his career versus C.J. Wilson. That's a .300 batting average.
In the air to center field. Borges back a couple of steps, now has to come in. 1 out. And as Eddie Chavez steps to the plate, back to our AT&T Twitter poll question of the series. Biggest moment in Mariners history, the signing of Ichiro Suzuki, King Felix's perfect game, or the Griffey's senior and junior going back-to-back here at the Big A. Hashtags are just below. Send us a tweet at Fox Sports West. We will give you the running total a little bit later on in the game. They were tied, right? Ichiro?
Yeah, Ichiro on his way to the Hall of Fame. Be able to wear that Seattle hat.
Chavez drops a bunt on the first base side. Kendrick is covering, and they got him. Bob Davidson rings him up. Nice play by Howie Kendrick, and a great feed by Mark Trumbo.
Oh, tremendous defense all around. That's just great communication, quick thinking by Howie Kendrick. The commitment for Trumbo to commit on the baseball. You got a left-hander falling towards third, so that side of the infield's wide open. But a great quick break from Howie, and a perfect feed from Trumbo. A 3-4 put out at first base. Excellent job all the way around by the defense in the infield.
Well, the old head dive into first base.
Slows you down. But that's a great feed from Trumbo. Even better for Howie to be in position to be able to cover the base.
You know what made that throw for Trumbo is the fact that he didn't try to catch and throw all in one motion. He turned his body, almost squared his shoulders up so that he could see the target. Threw it perfect over to first base.
And you notice Trumbo starting to make more and more consistent plays at first as he's playing a lot more. A couple of years ago when Kendrys Morales was hurt, he played first base exclusively. And last year played a number of different positions, from third, DH, outfield, first base.
Franklin shoots one out to the alley in left center field. Borges on his horse is able to track it down. And CJ with a quick 1, 2, 3, third. We head to the bottom of the third. Iannetta, Borges, and Trout coming up with no score. Peter Borges, Mike Trout coming up for the Angels here against Joe Saunders.
Coming up later in the game, we'll have the Carl's Jr. Sports update around Major League Baseball. No way. San Jose, the headlines. The Jays starting to fly in the East. A little bit later on, we'll give you up some updates on both the big headlines in Major League Baseball tonight.
I've just set my DVR for it.
As well you should.
I can't wait. Chris Iannetta takes out some.
I will surprise you.
Yeah. I could have sworn you were going to say, I will survive. I don't know why. I don't know why that. When you open your mouth, I thought you were going to sing that to me, but one ball strike on Chris Iannetta.
Better chance of me singing that Toby Keith song.
That is Gloria Gaynor, right?
Yes.
Toby Keith, Gloria Gaynor.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Iannetta batting in the 9th spot. 2 walks yesterday. Mr. Trampley hit the short one hopper to Brennan Ryan. 1 away. Taylor's have had a couple of base runners, a single by Borges, infield knock in the first, a double by Callasco, but able to bring him home. As a matter of fact, Borges didn't even move from first base. Callasco ended up going to second on the ground out by Hamilton. He was fooled on the breaking ball. Zunino threw him out. And Ibar striking out to finish off the second. Seager just about even with the bag at third base. Morris playing in at first. Off the end of the bat.
Well, a lot of changeups from Saunders. Those are about 22% of his pitches are changeups. He's got a good one, especially when he backs it up with his 2-seam fastball. Not afraid to throw back-to-back changeups either.
2 balls and 1 strike. 1 strikeout, no walks, 2 hits allowed for Saunders. CJ with a couple of strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit allowed. Trout on deck. 2-2. Saunders a 17-game winner for the Angels in 2007. 17-7 with a 3.41 ERA. Full count now. Then, of course, a couple of years ago, the Angels making the trade with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Jerry DiPoto, the interim general manager at the time. Three-two in the air to right field. Andy Chavez giving chase. Still ball back, pulls up, and that one is off the top of the wall. It's a double for Peter Borges as he slams on the brakes. That ball had some carry.
Well, you know, a good part of the bat, but I didn't think it was going to go that far. We've seen some baseballs carry here the last few days. Real close. Top of that wall.
Yeah, just left of the end there.
Played well by Andy Chavez at right field. If that ball gets by him at all, Borges is easily in for a triple. 3rd double of the year for Borges.
Trout looks at his strike. Mike saw 1 pitch in the first inning, hit a fly ball to right field, so he's 0 for 1. Trout now 0 for 5. His brief career against Saunders. Pretty good lead for Borges at second, and Saunders the old Hisanori Takahashi spin move.
Hey, that's a name for the past. Good job.
Like, he's gone now.
There's an article in the paper today about Borges being more of a stolen base threat. He has 3 stolen bases on the year, great speed. There's always asking, when is he going to get going as far as stealing bases? Again, it's not necessarily always speed, it's how you read pitchers. Gives you a better chance of stealing a base. Just because you're fast doesn't mean you're going to try to steal every time. You have to get a feel for that.
halftime was called.
Had a conversation in spring training with Borges and Mike Trout as far as what they try to do as far as reading pitchers. What's their normal lead, whether it's first base or second base. They try to get pitchers that they can look for certain patterns on to be more successful stealing.
Ground ball to the right side. Franklin bobbles it, and that's all that's going to happen right there. Then it goes up his arm. Not going to get Trout there. Remember, Franklin was shading towards second base, trying to keep Borges close to the bag, so he moved to his left on that sharply hit ball.
Yeah, tough play for Franklin. Hit well by Trout. It's the heel of the glove is going to get his error here. It's more of a situation, too. As a fielder, you know, with Trout running down the line, you have to be quick. And sometimes because of that, a fielder will make a mistake. Boy, the threat of a stolen base or speed at the plate creates so many opportunities for you to score.
Two on and one out. Here's Albert. Swings the first one and tops it foul. Pujols hit a fly ball to shallow right field in the first inning. Good numbers with men in scoring position this season. Oh, 2 count.
First pitch, slow curve. Next one, 92-mile-an-hour fastball away. And you wonder if he's going to back it up with his little changeup away now.
Borges standing at third, Trout over at first. Double. Trout reaching on the error. Ground ball to short. Ryan will feed Franklin for one. And double play. Off-speed pitch got Pujols. We've played 3 here at the Big A. Still scoreless. Men in scoring position already tonight, but Joe Saunders, just like Jeremy Bonnerman last night, making some quality pitches. Got Pujols to roll into the inning-ending double play. C.J. Wilson back out on the mound. He'll face 3, 4, and 5 for the M's. Seager, Morales, and Morse. C.J. coming off a 1, 2, 3 innings. As a matter of fact, twice he's retired the sign in order, the first and the third. Double play, by the way, that Albert hit into the 14th that he was hitting to this year. Now Seager takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Seager 0 for 1. He grounded out to Trumbo. His first plate appearance. Wilson with 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit allowed. Pulled over to Trumbo again. A little bit of a bobble. CJ's there though, and the foot is on the bag for the first down.
And that's why, as a pitcher, you always go to the bag, just in case that happens. Let's take a look at our head and shoulders. The whiff. CJ, the second inning. It's Michael Moore swinging on a changeup down. Then pings the outside corner against Raul Ibanez, who's got great numbers in his career here at Angel Stadium, but CJ with a couple strikeouts in the game.
55 pitches through 3 1/3. This is Kendrys Morales here in the second. Or pardon me, in the fourth. In the second, Kendrys had an infield base hit, checked up on the infield grass. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Kendrys has really swung the bat well from the right side this year. 91 at-bats, now 92 at-bats. 319 batting average. 3 home runs and 14 runs batted in. Last year it seemed to almost used exclusively from the left side. Swing and a miss. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. A 3-1 count with Michael Morse on deck. In the air, foul on the first base side. Full count. Kendrys in his 1 and only season in Seattle, perhaps, as they decided to re-sign him. Morales a free agent to be, as is Jason Vargas. 2 guys have been traded for one another in the offseason.
4th full count in the game here for CJ. I had a conversation with Vargas earlier today. He's excited about this ball club and loves pitching for the Angels. I got to believe at some point the conversation has to be to try to keep him around. He's done a great job. Pitcher of the month in the American League in the month of May. Threw the ball well his last time out also.
Now it's fouled back, and that may have gotten Kerwin Danley. Still a full count. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on for Seattle. No runs, 3 hits. No errors, and 3 left on for the Angels so far. In the air to center field, and that ball's hit well. Borges is back on the warning track at the wall. Jumps up and makes the catch. More than likely would have stayed in the ballpark, but Borges able to get back there, and that is out number 2 here in the 4th.
Yeah, off the bat, it looked like it had a chance of getting out of the ballpark. And as Borges was getting back, he got back quickly to the warning track and tried to find the wall, knowing exactly how much space he had between the warning track and the wall before he jumps up. Was prepared to try to go over the wall, didn't have to, leaps up, makes the play. He's made 2 really good plays in the game already. It's all about getting back to the wall, knowing exactly how far you have to go before you have to go up against the wall, makes the play.
Morse a strikeout victim in the second. Takes downstairs, I should say. 2 balls and no strikes.
It looked like Josh says, hey, you didn't necessarily have to jump for that ball, but it looks good.
This one's popped up. Shallow right field. Kendrick going out. Can't find the baseball, it looks like. Hamilton's got it. And a 1-2-3 inning for C.J. Wilson. 7 in a row. Retired by Stevenson for walk in the second. In the bottom of the 4th, still no score. Farmers TV. Check availability at 1-800-PICK-ATT. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax, start here. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Beautiful night here in Southern California. No score between the Mariners and the Angels. Game 3 of this 4-game series. Joe Saunders has done a nice job making pitches when he is needed to. Double play ball to end the third. Runners at first and third. 1 out. They'll face Trumbo, Kendrick, and Callaspo here in the fourth. Mark fouls one off, and it's an 0-1 count. Trumbo 0 for 1. Grounded out to Franklin, the second baseman in the first inning.
Does have a home run in his career versus Saunders. Boy, Saunders has that changeup working today, and the hitter's pulling off that pitch. You have to try to hit that ball to right center field. Otherwise, he's going to live out there down and away with the fastball, back it up with his changeup.
Bouncer right back to the mound. Easy lob to first, one away. That'll bring up Howie. Saunders got off to slow start, 6 starts in April. 2-3 mark at a 5.25 ERA. Then in May, at 5 starts, an ERA just under 6. Good in the month of June, that's for sure. Howie looks to strike. Kendrick goes for 1 as he lined out to the center fielder Saunders his first time up. Saunders just turned 32 on Sunday.
I was surprised how long it took him to get a job during the offseason. Some tough numbers on the road. Talked about that in the beginning. 1-4 with an ERA for 7.5, but has pitched well here at the Big A. Almost a home game type of feel for Joe Saunders. Very familiar with this ballpark and this mound.
Ground ball to third. Seager's got it. 2 outs. A groups of 20 or more can enjoy Angel games in the Trout Farm, presented by Smile Generation. Groups sitting in this section will receive an exclusive Trout Farm shirt with their purchase. For more info and to purchase those tickets, just log on at angels.com/groups.
You're wearing that hat out there too? What a great giveaway that was last night.
Yeah, Mike was
He
really
loved that hat.
Man, he posed with Jamie Maggio before batting practice yesterday with that hat on. He appreciated it. Callaspo lifts one out to right center. Michael Saunders moving over. And a 1-2-3 inning for Joe Saunders. 4 complete here at Angel Stadium and no steals. Angels have one more against Seattle than a 3-game series against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and it's out on the road.
We have 3 in Detroit, 2 night games, and a day game on Thursday, followed by 3 in Houston. Full of day games there in Houston. A tough place. Tough team for the Angels this year. The Houston Astros, although the Angels swept the Tigers here at the Big A earlier in the year.
Tigers without Anibal Sanchez and Alex Avila, both on the disabled list, but Max Scherzer's been pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of was trying to figure out who might pitch in that 3-game series for the Tigers against the Angels. They might miss the Angels, Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander. As much as we like to see those guys throw, I don't think the hitters do.
You think? Ibanez, Zunino, and Saunders for Seattle here, the 5th. First with the breaking ball. This is outside. Doug Fister's one of those guys, too, in that rotation that can be very good. Ibanez fouls it back. Watch out. Into the Mariners radio booth.
Twice it's going in there in the series so far.
Yeah. They have a visitor in there. Unfortunately, he was paying attention, ended up ducking out of the way. 2 balls, 1 strike. CJ with a couple of strikeouts and a walk. 1 hit. Infield knock for Kendrys Morales in the 2nd.
It looked like I got Kerwin Danley on the shoulder. Almost hit Raul Ibanez, ends up getting Danley. Mislocation on that fastball. Iannetta setting up away. Off the glove, just around the bicep area.
Iannetta go down to the mound and give Kerwin Danley an opportunity to just kind of.
That'll surprise you
Shake it off.
as an umpire. You're seeing the catcher setting up away, thinking something's going to be out or half, and then fastball up and in.
You see at the point of release where that baseball was headed, it was right at Kerwin's chest. Got a chest protector.
Yes.
3-1 pitch. Ibanez fouls it back. Full count now.
Dangerous up in this level with foul balls.
I think we're fairly safe with lefties up. And he almost hit him. So lead off walk. Second base on balls issued by CJ. Mike Zunino will step to the plate. He drew the other walk into second. That came with 2 outs. Well, I ask you too about go with C.J. Wilson over the last 2 1/3 innings. 7 up and 7 down after issuing the walk to Zunino in the 2nd. All of a sudden, he come out there. It's almost like you're trying to reinvent the wheel, trying to do something completely different on those 2 pitches on Ibanez. You end up issuing a walk. The guy that you struck out the first time.
Sometimes I think when you look at the way C.J. pitches, he tries to make a perfect pitch every pitch.
This would bounce to second, or to short, I should say. Ibar should turn the double play, and they do. Ibanez went in hard there.
CJ getting another double play ball on the ground. He's one of the best in the American League as far as getting those ground balls. But getting back to that point about CJ, sometimes he tries to be too perfect on every pitch. When you throw 92, 93 from the left side with good action on the fastball, you can cut a fastball too. Plus, you have 3 other plus pitches as far as a slider, curve, and a changeup. Sometimes you just go, hey, see if you can hit this pitch. Don't try to be too perfect on the corner.
One ball, no strikes on Michael Saunders, who popped out Derek Ibar. Foul territory in the 2nd. 2 balls, no strikes. But when you miss that far off, the ball's not slipping out of your hand. It's like almost like you're trying to do something
You try
at
to
the very end.
guide it to that zone of the plate you're trying to finish it off with. He's trying to go to the glove side and unable to do so. There, he was able to hit his spot. When we talk about arm side, glove side would be the outside corner against a lefty here. And that's what he's trying to do, be able to follow through, hit that spot. Arm side, that means you're trying to paint it on the inside part of the plate.
2 balls, 2 strikes. How about that catch?
That was a great catch. One-handed.
One-handed with the left hand in the front row of the club seats. Nonchalant, too.
That's a great angle we got. Great camera angle. This, hey, no problem.
That is big pimping right there.
Yeah. Just sat right back. That's how you make those plays.
Yeah. And go get me a beer.
Yeah. Or in Baltimore, they used to say, hey, give that fan a contract.
Saunders fouls this one back. Still at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Scoreless here in the 5th. 2 outs, the base is clear. It's a pretty good pitch right there. Iannetta was set up outside.
We can see this pitch. Catching the bottom part of the zone, but unable to frame that there to give Kerwin Danley a better look.
Check swing, and that is a liner to third. The inning comes to an end. No runs, no hits, nobody left. John, we head to the bottom of the 5th with no score. Returns to New York with home field advantage for the World Series on the line. It's a 2013 Major League Baseball All-Star Game live from New York, July 16th, only on Fox.
Maybe we'll see Trout and Kendrick and possibly Ernesto Frieri.
There's one didn't hurt too much of. 7-8-9 for the Angels here in the 5th inning with no score. Hamilton, Ibar, and Iannetta.
Because this, it counts as far as home field advantage. As a manager, you're more apt to bring more relievers than starters because at certain points in the game they're used to coming into to be able to maintain a lead.
This time it counts.
Yes, it does.
1-1 pitch. Hamilton swings and misses. Off-speed pitch. It's 1-2. Josh pulled on an off-speed pitch in the second. Checked his swing, a little dribbler up the line that Zunino, the catcher, picked up and fired to first arm. So Josh 0 for 1. A lot has been made about Hamilton and the over aggressiveness at times, swinging first pitch and the like. Mark has become, for whatever the reason, a lot more pull happy. This is on the off-speed pitch. There's out number 1, second strikeout of the night for Saunders.
Well, the late Kirby Puckett was always hacking at the first pitch himself. Certain hitters are comfortable early in the count. And you almost can't take that away from him. People can say, well, he doesn't see enough pitches, but if he's making good contact, and you mentioned this the other day, his numbers on the first pitch have been always pretty good. But they're out in front against Saunders, some pretty good off-speed pitches. That's the pitch he's going to have to lay off, is the off-speed pitch.
Ibar pushes the bunt on the second base side of the field, and not much Franklin could do there. That is pretty much a perfect bunt for Eric Ibar.
And the wise decision when you leave your feet like that is, Franklin, not to try to throw the baseball. He's going to go a long way to cover some serious ground. Realizing he has no play, just holds on to the baseball. Hopefully he's okay. Might just knock the wind out of him diving like that. Well, he covered a lot of ground. He had to go a long way to make that play, but that's a wise decision for Eric Ibar to push bunts. Anytime you have a left-handed pitcher, they always will fall towards third base. The right side of the infield's open more so for a bunt than it would be down the third base line.
Fourth hit of the night for the Angels. And here's Chris Iannetta, grounded out to short in the third inning.
Saunders has allowed 7 stolen base in 9 attempts. Does have 1 pickoff, 22 pickoffs in his career.
Iannetta hits one down the line. Andy Chavez comes charging in and toward the foul line. Makes the catch. 2 outs. Back to the top of the order we go. As Peter Bourjos will step up and take a look at the standings. American League West brought to you by Kia. Texas Rangers have defeated the Oakland Athletics tonight. Final now at 9-4 down in Arlington. Texas now 2 back. Seattle a half game better than the Angels right now.
I was looking at the box score yesterday of the A's game against Texas. They only have 1 guy hitting over 300. That's Josh Donaldson. And yet they're still continuing to win games.
Yeah.
Their pitching's been great. Jared Parker's been on fire. Remember earlier in the season, they were thinking about sending him down to AAA, but he's been pitching well. But it's amazing when you think about the numbers offensively for Oakland, batting average-wise.
We said it last year a number of times. That is a fun team to watch. It's not fun losing and calling games while the Angels lose to the Athletics, but overall you can't decipher it. It's difficult to figure out at times, but somehow, some way, Bob Melvin has gotten those guys to believe in the ultimate plan as Ibar takes off here. And Zunino's throw is not in time. Stolen base for Eric Ibar. They figure it out, and just there's no die in that team whatsoever.
They believe in the team concept. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to have stars. Cespedes is certainly a star on the team. Well, you can see how quick that release is for Zunino.
Oh.
That was real close.
Yeah.
Did he get that tag down before the hand hit the base? Well, I didn't think he had a shot at it. He might have got him.
He got him.
Boy, that's a quick release from Zunino.
100th career stolen base for Eric Ibar. Man in scoring position, and Bourjos bounces one to short. Brendan Ryan has it. And it comes to an end. The Angels leave a man in scoring position once again. The Halos now 0 for 5 tonight in that category. Still scoreless here.
outstanding pitcher's duel. The game so far, Joe Saunders worked that very good changeup. We've seen that over the years. Also beating the breaking ball the outside corner against Josh Hamilton. CJ's been every bit as good. His changeup, breaking ball, command of his fastball, outstanding. Punches out Ibanez there with that fastball in the outside corner. 5 shutout innings apiece here as we take on the top of the 6th inning here. Saunders, Wilson, Peeling.
9-1-2 coming up for Seattle. Brendan Ryan, Andy Chavez, and Nick Franklin. The one hiccup inning for C.J. Wilson, the second, threw a lot of pitches, and now one had a couple strikeouts. The infield base hit by Morales lead off the frame, and then the walk to Zunino. He has thrown 81 pitches so far. C.J. throwing 32 pitches in that second inning. The first one is up and away. Brendan Ryan hit a fly ball to center field in the 3rd inning. 0-for-1 tonight.
Boy, CJ has some good life on the fastball. This trust, the fastball. Utilize your secondary pitches off the fastball.
Started to offer at that breaking ball. Went to bunt. CJ wanted an appeal. Bob Davidson said he did not go.
He was pretty close to making an attempt on that one.
Three balls and 1 strike.
Okay, CJ overthrew that last pitch. Trying to tell himself to stay back a little longer, not be too quick over the pitching rubber. Real good adjustment there. Seventh full count in the game for CJ. Couple walks so far.
Ground ball to 3rd. Callaspo's got it. Came up on him. 1 out. Nice play by Alberto. First down here, the 6th inning, and back to the top of the order to go. And Andy Chavez coming up.
Helps have a strong throwing run for Callaspo. Tough play, tough hop. Brendan Ryan runs pretty well, but that long throw across the diamond, it's the first out of the inning.
Andy looks at his strike. Chavez 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. Did not pull the trigger on that one. It's an 0-2 count. This one fouled back. Ground ball is short. Ibar's got it. Chavez with good speed, but still there. Gets rid of it quickly for round number 2.
Now let's take a look at our Carl's Jr. Sports update around Major League Baseball. No way, San Jose. San Jose filed a lawsuit against Major League Baseball to allow the Oakland A's to play baseball there. And the Jays are starting to fly in the East. They've won now 8 games in a row for Toronto. They were well below 500. The longest period of time, now only 1 game under, 35 and 36. They're finally putting together, which everyone anticipated coming into the season.
Yep, and Franklin fouls off the first one.
That whole situation in San Jose is just, it's odd. You would think that would be a perfect place for Oakland, the A's, I should say, to be able to play baseball.
What's odd is that Major League Baseball's let it drag out this long. That's what's odd. But then again, in retrospect, it really isn't. all things considered. And at some point, that team, that franchise deserves a new place to play baseball. And if Oakland can't and won't do it, fine. No hard feelings. But
still close enough to keep that fan base to come to games also.
Yeah. Pretty good pitch. Just missed. 2 balls and 1 strike. It's a shame. There's no question about it.
See where this breaking ball certainly catches the outside corner. CJ wanted it. Chris Iannetta wanted it.
You saw where Kerwin Danley was set up. It's difficult to call that as a strike. It's off the plate.
Because that angle he's looking at, he's thinking that's off the plate. He's thinking it's going around the plate to break a ball and not catching the corner.
Two outs here in the 6th with no score. Franklin hits one over to short. Ibar's got it. 1-2-3 for C.J. Wilson. Let's head to the bottom of the 6th inning. No score here at the big end. Angels have Trout, Pujols, and Trumbo coming up. Two, 3, and 4 for the Halos here in the 6th inning with no score. Joe Saunders and C.J. Wilson locking horns in a very nice pitcher's battle. The Angels with 4 hits, Seattle with 1. The Angels have had some opportunities, but Saunders has made very good pitches of late. Halos 0 for 5 with men in scoring position tonight. Trout takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Mike is 0 for 2. Fly ball to right field of the 1st inning, then reached on the arrow by Nick Franklin in the 3rd. And at that point, Angels had runners at 1st and 3rd with 1 out and Albert out. This one's pulled down into left field. That'll go for a base hit, if not more. Banez with the backhand. Trout turns the corner, heading into second base as he is in there with a leadoff double. 22nd of the year for Mike Trout.
Well, I like his decision right out of the batter's box. Once he saw that Banez is going to his left to be able to make that play, he's going to be determined right away to go out of that batter's box and think double right away. That's the only way you can make that commitment to be able to slide in there. Banez got a good throwing arm in left field, but once he's got to go to that backhand, there's no doubt he was going to try to take that attempt. Got in there for his 22nd double of the season for Mike Trout.
That was an off-speed pitch, too, that he pulled in the left field. Here's Albert. Fly ball to right and a double play ball. That was in the 3rd inning. Off the plate.
Yeah, the last at bat, he threw a curveball, fastball, changeup. Started right back with the changeup. Why he's trying to do that, he's forcing Albert to try to roll over that ground ball, hit it to the left side to keep Mike Trout, from the very least, advancing to third base.
Two balls and no strikes. That is just the 61st pitch thrown by Saunders today. So we go back and take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
Treasure, I just still feel that it still is a good matchup for Albert Pujols against Joe Saunders, especially in this RBI situation. He's found that swing. He's been swinging the bat exceptionally well in the month of June. An opportunity to give the Angels a lead here if Saunders throws something in the strike zone.
Trumbo on deck. Here's the 2-0. Downstairs. 3 balls, no strikes. Big hole on the left side with Brendan Ryan trying to keep Trout close to the bag. And now Zunino and Saunders talk some things over. Mark Trumbo tonight is 0 for 2. We've seen a lot of off-speed pitches down and away. A couple of ground downs for Mark.
Albert's generally pretty patient, 3-0. He's been swinging the bat very well. If he gets a fastball here, I think he's going to let it go with a green light.
3-0 pitch. Shoots one out to right field. Endy Chavez is there. He'll make the grab. Tagging from second and heading to third is Trout. 1 out. But Trout right from the get-go. The minute that ball went off the bat, he started tracking it toward Endy Chavez. Hustled right back to the bag.
Great instincts. Again, we could talk about all the great young players in baseball right now. And all put up some very good numbers, could do things well, but it's that instincts you have, just knowing that you're going to go back and tag right away instead of being caught halfway down the line, then going back and tagging up, especially with Chavez with his good throwing arm in right field. Now you're bringing the infield in with Mark Trumbo at the plate. Not a lot of fun if you're an infielder.
That's what Trumbo's seen a lot of today, the old circle change.
Let's see Saunders take one shot at throwing a fastball in on the hands of Mark Trumbo here.
1-0 pitch. Fouled off.
Let's take a look at our AT&T Universe rewind from last night. Jeremy Bonderman got a fastball, 4-seam fastball up. Trumbo got all over that pitch and over the wall. His 16th home run. Hit speed off the bat there, 109 miles per hour for Trumbo.
1-1 from Saunders. 1-2.
Trumbo walks away from the plate area just to clear his mind. He knew he swung at a pitcher's pitch there out of the strike zone. Clear the mind, try to get something elevated enough so you get the ball in the air and score Trout.
In the dirt, gets away from Zunino. Here comes Trout. 1-0 Angels. On a wild pitch thrown by Joe Saunders.
The first wild pitch of the year for Saunders. Tried to force that changeup. You saw Mark Trumbo swing at the pitch before, a similar pitch. Tried it again. Try to have Zunino with the trust factor in the dirt, but it gets away from him. No way you're going to get Trout. And great secondary lead. As soon as he saw that ball in the dirt, Trout was sliding home for the first run of the game. Great base running all around. Hits a ball to left field that Ibanez cuts off, ends up with a double, tags up on Pujols, scores on a wild pitch. All with those wheels. Good productive out by Pujols to right field. Advances Trout to third and scores on the wild pitch.
Three-two. This is shot to the alley in right center field. That gets down for a hit. Chavez over trying to cut it off. Does so. Trumbo slams on the brakes. Heads back to first. A long single for him. Nice play by Endy Chavez. Otherwise, it's a double for Trumbo.
Pretty good piece of hitting from Trumbo. not a bad pitch from Saunders. The shorten up approach with 2 strikes. The ball's down, but hit well to right center field. And he was thinking double. And Endy made a nice play cutting that baseball up and has 4 outfield assists this year. Wise decision by Trumbo.
A balloon is out on the warning track out at right field, so that's why we get a little stoppage in play. 1-0 Angels. 1 out here, the 6th inning. Trout led off the frame with a double, moved to third of the fly out by Pujols, scored to the wild pitch. Mentioned how well the Angels have been swinging the bats of late, especially with men in scoring position. Kind of going back to Monday's game. Now he looks at the strike. The Angels had that big 6th inning, 7 runs, 6 hits. But since the Hamilton strikeout in that 6th inning that finished off that inning, the Angels are 0 for 18 with men in scoring position since that 7-run inning. With men in scoring position. Missed inside.
It's almost as if they went back to that overly aggressive attempt. Instead of just being quiet at the plate, going with the pitch.
Right, credit. Mentioned Bonneman last night making some quality pitches. Joe Saunders, better part of this game. Made some quality pitches too in those situations. This is lined off the glove of Saunders. Brendan Ryan is there. He's only placed to first, 2 outs.
Boy, Howie, another rocket.
Wow. Easily could be 2 for 3. A couple of misses. That one right off the glove.
Well, Joe just reacted, Saunders, just to try to knock that baseball. That baseball off the bat was incredibly fast. How quick Howie is through the baseball right now. That was 101 miles an hour hit speed off the bat for Howie that Saunders somehow got a little bit of his glove on it over the Brendan Ryan for a 1-6-3 out. See how difficult it is as a pitcher when you release the baseball 50 feet away, probably after a follow through, and then react at 101 miles back at you.
Off speed pitch. Went down and got it.
And then hit it that quickly off the bat. 101 mile an hour hit speed.
So Trumbo at second. Here's Callaspo with 2 outs. 1-0 Angels. A bouncer to short. Brendan Ryan has it. And the inning comes to an end, but the Angels do get a run. Double by Trout. Moved to third on the flyout. Then scored on the wild pitch by Joe Saunders. First run of the ball game. We are through 6 here at the Big A. And the Angels on top.
All the speed of Mike Trout and instincts scores the first run of the game.
Burger, 2 jumbo beef patties stacked with onion rings, cheese, and pickles. And by Kia. Visit your Southern California Kia retailers at mysocalkia.com. Top of the 7th here at the Big A, 1-0 Angels. Mike Trout with that double and a run scored. C.J. Wilson back to work here in the 7th inning. He'll face 3, 4, and 5 for Seattle. Seager, Morales, and Morse. Kyle Seager, the third baseman, twice has grounded out sharply to Mark Trumbo. 0 for 2 tonight. Seager rips one out to right field. Hamilton will play it on a bounce. Lead off single for Kyle Seager. Second hit in the ball game for Seattle. Go back to our AT&T Twitter vote question of this series. Biggest moment in Mariners history, and King Felix's perfect game. Back in the lead comfortably at 46%.
The anticipation of King Felix taking the mound tomorrow night. Still impressive. Back-to-back home runs, father-son, only time in history. Here.
Yep.
It's Kurt McCaskill. I'm sure he'll be happy that we mentioned that.
Kendricks checked his swing. Yes, he did, says Bob Davidson. So it's 1 ball, no strikes. Both Oppo?
Yeah, I think they were both at left center field.
Two balls and no strikes. Wilson with a couple of strikeouts, a couple of walks, now 2 hits allowed. Kendricks had an infield base hit in the 2nd, hit a fly ball to center in the 4th.
Dangerous hitter on deck. See CJ get a little 2-seam fastball, keep it away, keep it down. Get a ground ball from Morales, you can get 2.
In the air, foul, and out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. A good crowd tonight. Filled it nicely here. CJ now at 100 pitches. They've been treated to a very good pitching matchup with Joe Saunders and CJ Wilson. Done a terrific job tonight.
Both getting a lot of ground ball outs. CJ coming in this inning, 10 outs via the ground ball. Same thing with Joe Saunders on the other side.
2-1 pitch. In the air to center. Borges back several steps. 1 out.
Ball was hit well by Morales, but Borges playing deep. We'll track that down, make it look easy.
So 1 out. Seager still at first base. Here comes Michael Morse, the first baseman. There's Joe. 2 strikeouts, no walks for him. 6 hits allowed. It's still very manageable as far as the pitch count is concerned. Saunders has only thrown 73 pitches. CJ probably be on the same pace had it not been for that 32-pitch 2nd inning. One ball, no strikes. Seager takes off. The pitch is down low, and this is the handle of the baseball. So it's a stolen base for Kyle Seager. The pitch looked to be pretty good, but it's called ball.
There's been some pitches that have been borderline and haven't been called. And I think if Iannetta has a clean transfer, he has a chance to throw out Seager. He didn't get a real good jump. Tried to be quick and then the baseball out of the glove, but he had a shot at Seager.
That pitch was a strike. That was not even borderline, it was a strike. Two-0 now. Morse fouls it back. It's a dangerous location on Morse.
Yeah, it looked like CJ wanted to throw fastball away, but it cut over the middle of the plate. Very good so far for CJ in his 104 pitches thrown in this game. 6 1/3. His 2 hits allowed, 2 walks, 2 Ks.
Pulled foul. Count even up now. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Just want to stay down in the strike zone or below the knees here because Morse does have very good power if anything elevated.
0 for 2 tonight. Strikeout back in the second, a fly to right in the fourth. 105 pitches for Wilson. Both Kahn and Downs ready to go in the bullpen. So Mike Scioscia decided to go down there. Earl Ibanez, the left fielder's on deck.
Still having cutting action on that fastball. He wants it, that plane, he wants to go right to the arm side of the plate, keep it down, but it's running back middle of the plate. Morse with a lot of power to all fields. It's a dangerous mistake.
Morse, 31 years of age, big guy too, 6'5", 245. Originally in the White Sox system. Out of Davie, Florida. 2-2 again. That's down to the dirt. That actually hit Morse. So Seager will head back to second base. Overthrown breaking pitch. Puts 2 on and 1 out. Ibanez coming up.
He'll get some great part of the foot. But you're going to go out to talk to CJ. 4th batter CJ Wilson has hit this year. Conversation is, how do you feel? Punched out Ibanez with a fastball away. First at bat, and walked him the second at bat. It's all about how the approach is going to be against Ibanez in that conversation on the mound.
Ibanez with a strikeout and a walk. Kyle Seager, the base runner at second base. Mike Morse over at first. 1-0 Angels here in the 7th. 1 out. Outfield straight around with Ibanez at the plate. Oh, 1 count. Remember that strikeout in the second inning of Ibanez was looking, and Raul did not like the call. It was on the outside part of the plate.
Go back out there again. Live out there. Well, that was a pretty good pitch again by CJ. Well, execute exactly where he wanted to throw the baseball at 92 and paints the corner.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Just like we thought that conversation was, live away. Fastball, good velocity, great location by CJ.
Don't need to be cute anywhere near the inside part of the play with Ibanez.
No. You may maybe be able to go about a baseball off the outside corner if you want with a fastball.
Mike Zunino's on deck. Now the 1-2. Fouled down the left field line and out of play.
The only reason why he made contact there was because it was elevated.
Ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. 111 pitches for Wilson. A really long look in. And now we're ready. Here's the 1-2 again. Breaking ball, got him looking. Down goes Ibanez, 2 down. First strikeout of the night for CJ.
Second time he got Ibanez looking. Great feel for this pitch tonight for CJ. Great location. Reason why it's so effective is because he's been able to hit that outside part of the plate all night long and then snaps this breaking ball off. Starts around belt high, ends at the knees, catches the outside corner. It's great camera work. You can see the rotation of the seams by CJ.
No letdown here against Zunino, though, with 2 on, 2 outs. And Zunino drives one out to left field. Mike Trout going back at the wall, leaps up, makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. No runs, 1 hit. Wilson strands 2. Nice play by Trout to end the inning. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A, and the Angels maintain their 1-0 lead. At the bottom of the 7th inning, nice play by Mike Trout to keep this a 1-0 lead. CJ Wilson done as we take a look at our Subway in-game box score of the night.
Top of the order doing the damage. Mike Trout. Great job as far as manufacturing that run last inning and prevented a couple of runs with a great play against the wall in left field.
Josh Hamilton lifts one down the left field line. Long run for Ibanez, crosses into foul territory, and he runs out of room, coming into the seats. And no ricochet back into the glove like we saw Monday.
It's a great read, never took his eye off the baseball, leaps up against the wall and makes an outstanding play to end the 7th inning. High fives all the way around, but CJ Wilson, for me, did a tremendous job. Not only that, you're going to see 7 scoreless innings, but he maintained his composure throughout the game because he had some pitches on the outside part of the plate that he wasn't getting. Kept his focus, an outstanding performance for CJ.
7, 8, 9 for the Angels. Hamilton, Ibar, 9 at him. Josh in the hole here at 0-2. Bounced down his first time, struck out the last time. Breaking ball is down in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hamilton goes down swinging. 0-for-3 tonight. He's out number 1. Hey folks, on Saturday the Angels postgame summer concerts return with the country concert featuring Big and Rich, presented by Budweiser in association with K-Frog. Experience the concert up close on the field and purchase your wristband at angels.com/concerts.
Looking forward to it. Hang around.
Remember, the Saturday game is a 7:05 start against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Eric Ibar bounces one toward the hole. Backhanded by Brendan Ryan. 2 outs. Two quick outs for Joe Saunders here in the 7th inning. Here comes Chris Iannetta. Scott Downs still getting ready. 8, 9, and 1 for Seattle in the 8th inning. Saunders, Ryan, and then Chavez. Lefty, righty, lefty. Kevin Jepson begins to loosen.
A good challenge for Angel hitters tomorrow night and Friday night. Felix Hernandez tomorrow night. Garrett Cole on Friday night as Pittsburgh comes into town.
Whatever the reason, though, this Angels team is much better against right-handed pitching than it does against lefties.
Had a lot of success against Felix Hernandez also.
1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels came in batting .230 against lefties on the season. 6 hits tonight against Saunders. .278 against right-handers. Here's Felix. He'll be going up against Tommy Hanson tomorrow night. And Chris Iannetta lifts one out toward left field. Nolan Bainez is back. And a 1-2-3 inning for Saunders. 7 complete here at Angel Stadium. The Angels on top 1-0. Rethink possible. And by 76, we're on the driver's side. Top of the 8th inning here at the Big A. 1-0 Angels. 2 hits for C.J. Wilson allowed tonight. 7 innings. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. The big goose egg in the run column. So he is done. And Scott Downs is coming to the ball game. Seattle getting ready to send up 8, 9, and 1. Saunders, Ryan, and Chavez, barring a pinch hitter. Scott pitching down his 30th game, an 0-2 record and a 1.93 ERA.
15 punch outs and 18 2/3 for Scott Downs. Fastball command in and away, 88-89. Sweep and break a ball. Get back to CJ though. That's back-to-back games. Outstanding for him. 14 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. Just 7 hits allowed in those last 14 innings for CJ.
First outing of the year in which he's allowed no runs on the board. 7 innings. Michael Saunders, the center fielder, 0 for 2. It's popped to short, lined out to Alberto Callas for the third baseman. Saunders shows bunt, takes a strike. Big man's got some pretty good wheels. 203 on the year now. Spent some time on the disabled list back in April. Count even up 1 ball, 1 strike. Seattle with no runs, 2 hits, 1 error. They've left 4 on base. The Halos with a run on 6 hits, no errors, 5 men left on. Tied him up nicely with that fastball to hit 1 and 2.
Yeah, Scott has that ability to pitch inside so well against left-handed batters. Well, what a job for CJ. 113 pitches again. Going back to the fact that he's maintained his composure. He threw some pitches that were really close or should have been called strikes on the outside corner. Didn't get them. Maintained, threw the ball well. Has been very effective against Seattle of late.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Saunders. There's out number 1. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Brendan Ryan, the shortstop, steps in with 1 out, nobody on. 0 for 2 tonight with a fly ball to center and a ground ball to third. 2 hits for Seattle. Infield base hit by Morales in the second. And a liner into right field off the bat of Kyle Seager leading off the 7th inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Ryan's gotten the starting nod at shortstop the last 2 games. Schreienfeld got to start Monday night. It's weird to see Brendan Ryan with 9 errors in the first 72 games for Seattle.
Yeah, no matter how much he has struggled with the bat, he's never taken that out to the field. He's been one of the best defenders in that position in the American League. So it is a big time surprise to see that amount of errors for him.
2-1 from Downs. And Ryan lifts one out towards center field. This one will chase Borges back a little bit. Shy of the track makes the catch for the second out. So 2 outs, nobody on, and it's Endy Chavez coming to the plate. Chavez, the right fielder, has grounded out 3 times. 1 to third, 1 to first, 1 to short. All that's left is Howie Kendrick.
I like the call. Ground ball to Howie.
First one is down and away. 35,401 in the house tonight. Halos in the bottom of the 8th inning, but at the top of the order coming up, and Borges, Trout, and Pujols. Saunders just 81 pitches. Chavez fouls this one back. 2-1 now. 81 pitches, 51 strikes for Joe Saunders. 3 punch outs, no walks, 6 hits allowed. The 1 run in this game came in on a wild pitch.
His first wild pitch of the year. Just overthrew, tried to force his changeup against Trumbo.
This one lined to short, and and the inning comes to an end. A 1-2-3 inning for Scott Downs. He will head to the bottom of the 8th. Halos up 1-0 at the top of the order coming up. Leading it 1-0. He'll be followed by Mike Trout and then Albert Pujols. Mark Trumbo if we get that far. Joe Saunders back out of the bump. 3 strikeouts, no walks for Saunders. Peter back in that leadoff spot with the adjustment to the lineup with Josh Hamilton dropped down to the 7th spot. Peter 2 for 3 tonight. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. Borges with a single, a double, and a ground out.
It's not a bad idea for Borges trying to push the ball to the right side like Eric Ibar did.
Off the plate, evens count up at 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels have Ernesto Frieri getting ready in the bullpen. 2-1.
Always nice to get those insurance runs late.
Ground ball to second. Nick Franklin is there. 1 away. Trout steps in now with 1 out, nobody on. Led off the 6th inning with a double down left field line. Raul Ibanez cut off and made a nice throw into second base, but Trout was easily in there. 22nd double of the year. There's Ernesto. Pine scoring his 52nd run of the year. This is the 6th. Second in the American League. We got Cabrera leading the AL at 57 at the start of the day. Texas defeated Oakland earlier tonight, 9-4. Three balls and no strikes. Cleveland defeated Kansas City 6-3. Boston lost to Tampa Bay 6-2. Houston lost to Milwaukee 3-1. 3 balls and a strike.
The Yankees end up splitting that day-night doubleheader with the Dodgers. Don Mattingly, first game back in a different uniform, Yankee Stadium.
This one's lifted foul and out of play on the first base side. So full count now. The old day-night doubleheaders.
We've seen a lot of them and a lot of extra inning games.
Yeah. They're playing that 2-game series at 2-2. The Yankees will come to Dodger Stadium later on. Let's play the Padres too, I think, in that road trip. Three-two on the way. That's upstairs, and he walked him. First walk of the night, issued by Joe Saunders. Puts a man on for Albert.
We're back in the third inning. Albert Pujols against Joe Saunders. Joe went after Pujols. First pitch, breaking ball, foul ball. Second pitch, 92-mile-an-hour fastball away, and then turned over a changeup to get a 6-4-3 double play. Very next at bat, he started off Pujols with another changeup. More than likely, you might see a changeup here. First pitch to Pujols.
Pujols 0 for 3 tonight. Fly balls to right field and a double play ball. Mariners trying to get some action in their bullpen now. 2-0. Carter Katz, whom we saw 2 nights ago.
All of a sudden, the strike zone's going away for Joe Saunders.
Most pitches thrown in the game this year for Saunders, 120. It's back on May 18th.
What challenge with a fastball. 2-0, hitters count. He's had a good little movement away, though, with his fastball.
Two-one pitch. Outside, 3 balls and a strike. Trumbo on deck.
For every pitch away against Pujols. Trying to avoid the inner part of the plate against him. He knows at this point in the game, Pujols is looking for something inside so he could drive out of the ballpark. Eric Wedge might have a decision to make here if he walks Pujols. Zunino was setting up in when Saunders threw the first. That might be by design, just in case Pujols is looking for a location. He'll likely go back out away.
Full count now. Trout will be taking off. I figured that he'd be taking off here with 1 out, but never know.
Yeah, I think he's definitely got to be going here.
He takes off. The 3-2 is inside, ball 4. So he walked him. 2 on now with 1 out of trouble coming up. And Eric Wedge decided to do. Carl Willis is going to pay a visit, so Saunders appears like he's going to stay in the game.
Take a look at the pitch by pitch. This at bat. Pujols tried to sink a little fastball away. Goes off speed. Fastball away again. Fastball off the outside corner. And finally, to a strike in there late on that 90-mile-an-hour fastball, then fastball off the plate inside. You know, he got him out a couple of times, Pujols. Saunders did with off-speed pitches. Went after him a lot of fastballs on that at bat.
First baseman, number 44,
Trumbull 1 for 3. A base hit in the 6th inning. Trout standing at second. Pujols at first. 1-0 Halos here in the 8th.
Well, he's really starting to guide his pitches, whether it's his changeup or fastball. Saunders has kind of lost the feel for both those pitches now. Been outstanding in this game up till the 8th inning here. Franklin rated second base. Just in case Trout thinks about trying to steal third. Always easier to steal third with a lefty pitcher.
2 balls, no strikes. Remember the hit that Trumbull picked up in that 6th inning was on a pitch away from him, and he rocketed it out to right center field. And Chavez cutting it off with Trumbull with just a single. Figured this would be Saunders' last batter, regardless with Howie Kendrick coming up. Howie's drilled the baseball 3 times against Saunders. 2-0 pitch. They're bouncing towards second base. Franklin touches the bag, fires on the first, and ending double play. The Angels unable to cash in an insurance run. We will head to the 9th. Seattle with 2, 3, and 4 coming up. The Angels on top 1-0. Score of 1-0. We'll check out the starting pitchers for tomorrow night's game, the finale of this 4-game series, brought to you by Chevron. Felix Hernandez, 8-4 and a 2.32 ERA, going up against Tommy Hanson, and Tommy's really thrown the ball well of late.
Yeah, his command with his slider and curveball, changeup on the outer part of the plate, even a decent fastball, 90-91 last time out. And better feel for the mound, 4-2 mark. Always has pitched well in the month of June also.
Take a look at our in and out, who's in, who is out. Scott Downs is done after throwing a 1-2-3 8th inning. And he gives way to Ernesto Frieri trying to close this one out. He'll have to deal with Franklin, Seager, and Morales, 2, 3, and 4 for Seattle.
A nice job by Scott Downs. His wanting relief. See if Ernesto could do the same.
No more Volare for Ernesto Frieri. His walk-in song. Maybe he felt that was affecting the command.
Could be.
He has been better of late.
Yes, no question.
It's those little things.
Yes.
Those little
pitchers.
Adjustments. Frieri pitched last night. Scoreless 9th inning. He faced Nino, Saunders, and Ryan in that one. The first one, and Franklin is outside. The second baseman tonight is 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs and a fly ball to center. Chaos win on the grass.
Saunders did an excellent job. 100 pitches thrown, 8 innings, just 1 earned run, and that was on a wild pitch. 14 outs via the ground ball for Saunders tonight.
2 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1 now. Stick around after the game. Blast out. Which is live. Presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Michael Leach and Jose Morgan. Breaking it all down. So 3-1 count with Kyle Seager on deck. Lifted foul and out of play. Full count now.
Challenging with a fastball there. Franklin late on the fastball from Frieri.
Payoff pitch to Franklin. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. 1 out.
Good balance, great deception, and 94 with movement from Ernesto to get the first out. Maintained, kept that front shoulder in, and drives towards the plate. Late movement, outside corner. Great angle. You can see how much that baseball moves as it's crossing the plate at 94.
Kyle Seager, the third baseman, 1 for 3. First one's down and away. Two hits tonight for Seattle. Seager had one in the 7th. The very first pitch Wilson threw in that 7th inning. And then Kendrys Morales with that infield chopper. Checked up on the infield grass. That was back in the 2nd inning. Ball and strike. One pitch in the air, shallow left. Trout coming in.
Tell you what, that was a great changeup from Ernesto. And like we look back at Chris Iannetta and said, "Thank you for calling that pitch." He's getting more and more comfortable throwing a changeup. He gets Seager out in front of that pitch. Great location. You see how far he's out in front. Seager realized he committed to that off-speed pitch, not looking for that, trying to think in terms of catching up to a fastball. Flies out on a changeup.
So 2 outs here in the 9th. Kendrys Morales, the batter. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Kendrys with that base hit in the 2nd. A couple of fly balls in deep center field. His other 2 plate appearances in the 4th and 7th innings. Missed off the plate. Evens a count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Still trying to close it out for C.J. Wilson, looking for his 6th win. C.J. 7 innings tonight, 2 hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Scott down to a scoreless 8th. One and two.
Boy, 96. Well, you might as well try a fastball a little bit further away.
One-two pitch. Grounded over to first. Trumbo's got it. He'll take it himself. Light that baby up as the Angels shut out the Seattle Mariners 1-0.
What a job by the pitching staff in the wheels of Mike Trout to manufacture the only run of the game. Some outstanding defensive plays throughout for the Halos tonight, but C.J. Wilson, 7 shutout innings. Scott Downs shut out 1 inning, and Ernesto Frieri comes in and dominates 1-2-3 through the middle part of the order of Seattle as the Angels now have won 2 of the first 3 games of this 4-game series. Great job. 1-0 game. Last time I remember that happening, Joe Saunders beat Zach Greinke 1-0 here at the Big A just a few years ago, but this time Saunders on the losing end of a 1-0 shutout victory for the Halos, and C.J. Wilson, Joe Saunders ends up losing a tough game, gets the complete game, but ends up losing to C.J. and the Angels.
Yeah, Wilson now 6-5 in the year. Saunders 5-7. Ernesto Frieri picks up his 16th save of the year, working a 1-2-3 ninth. So Ernesto starting to get locked back in, and the difference in this ballgame, a wild pitch in the 6th inning, with Mike Trout standing at third base, bringing home the winning run as the Halos shut out the Mariners 1-0. Mike Trout started off that inning with the double down the left field line, and for Trout, it was his 22nd double of the year. He's down on the field with Jamie Maggio.
All right, thank you, Victor. Mike, one run.